If this message found you, this is a sign from your spirit guides, the universe, for what you need to hear right now. Okay? If you guys want any personal readings from me, that link is always in the description box below, as well as all of my other social media. I will not reach out to you first for a reading. Okay? Also, I do not have a Facebook. Let's get into it. The very first thing that I'm seeing in my vision is Audrey Hepburn. That could be significant to you. Okay? The Emperor came out. The King of Wands. The phrase that I heard after I saw Audrey Hepburn was, make sure your crown don't tip, honey. Now that's an insider. For me, I know what that means and where it's from. But basically, the universe wants you to know whatever it is that you are going through right now. They want you to know that it's not for you to buckle, is what I'm seeing. Like I'm seeing a belt buckle in my mind's eye. Even though it may be very tempting to. This could be like challenges that you've never experienced before. And what's coming through is it's because you're reaching new heights. This message came out on TikTok that I did, yesterday, but it's kind of coming through in a different way. It's like these challenges are only challenges because you've never done it before. So it feels inflated. Does that make sense? But really, you're really victorious though. You're just going into the next level, and with the next level comes, new challenges. Anything you do new is going to feel challenging at first. It may even feel like excruciating, very fearful energy. The Emperor advice is to take your power back. Yeah, the Five of Cups is out here, and this poked out before I even press record. Okay, Five of Cups is, grief energy. It's also, if you see in this card, it's like someone's in the desert feeling like they're basically by themselves, a drought. They're like, oh my gosh, how much longer can I go? Oh my God, the Five of Pentacles. Oh, how much longer can I take this? Or maybe some of you feel like you have a lack of resources. The divine is like, don't let your crown tip, honey. The Emperor, right? The Emperor wears the crown. We also have another royal out here, the King of Wands. And the King of Wands is about confidence, leadership, acting boldly, and inspired action. And this is what's going to either bring the resources to you, or it's going to lead you into realization about something if it's not like materials. Okay. There's something about you are the abundance. They want you to start being, start believing in your power. With the Five of Cups, it's also loss. So this could be, some of you, maybe you had to walk away from people, or some of you, this could be a literal loss. If so, my condolences. But this will be more so of like losing I'm hearing lifelong connection. This could be like family, or it could be lifelong friends you have to walk away from because you're going in different paths. Whatever have you. For some of this may be a loss in another way, maybe material, or you had to move, or whatever, right? The energy is like, if anything you lost or anything that was a setback, know that you are the powerful one and you can just regenerate it. Okay? You can just regenerate it, or you can regenerate something better. But there's something about like an action, not being passive and letting it engulf you. Not being passive and letting your fears engulf you. Page of Swords is out here, okay? I'm feeling like I'm feeling like this Page of Swords, even though this is not the traditional meaning, y'all just bear with me, okay? I intuitively read as well as use definitions, but if I'm getting something different, I'm going to say it. You know, everybody reads differently. The Page of Swords traditionally is like, you know, spying or a message. This could also be like learning something as well. But in this case, I'm really getting like a overcoming a previous mindset that you had that was more, I don't want to say immature, okay? That's not what I want to say, because that has a negative connotation, and it negates all the work that you put in, right? 555, as I'm saying that exactly. You've been like putting in the effort, but it's more so of a thing of, if you don't know better, you can't do any better. And for the collective I'm reading for, yeah, the Ace of Cups is right here. For the collective I'm reading for, you guys are like, you want this new beginning. You know that you can have this new beginning. And also, it's just what, like, under the deck, it's literally here, but it's just the preparation was like maturing. Something within the mindset had to be tweaked and matured a little bit more, and then it'll be easier for you. Like, it's kind of like it's bringing me back to like my own past experience when I was in high school, or when I was entering high school from middle school, and it was my first day, and the high school was so big, or it looked big to me. And I remember like going into there, and I was like looking for my classes, and there was like different buildings. Like, they had an A building, they had a B building, C building, D building. And so you get your schedule, and your different classes are in the different buildings. And so I was trying to make it to my first class, but I didn't know anything about this building. We didn't get like tours before we entered high school, right? And so it looked like a college campus. I kid you not, my high school did. And so I got so overwhelmed that I literally started crying, because I was like, I don't know how to get to where I need to get to. And then literally what I did was I asked for help. So so the fact that I'm getting pulled to that story, maybe there's going to be unexpected help, or there's a nudge for you to reach out for help, or once again, that it's just going to show up on your path when you need it. Like, for example, when I asked for help, some random person walked outside, because I was already late. Nobody was outside anymore. Okay, because everybody was in their class. They knew what they was doing. I don't know how the other freshmen found their class. I was the only one who was like, where in the heck am I, right? So somebody randomly walked outside, just one person, when I was trying to still find my class. And I was like, hey, do you know where this class is? And they was like, oh yeah, you just take a left, take a right, take da-da-da-da, all these directions, right? That was a big school, I'm telling you. And then I was like, thank you so much. And I got there because somebody was so something about, you know, help is on the way. You don't have to do the divine doesn't expect you to do everything on your own. Okay? But the end of the story of that is, by the time, probably 2 weeks later, I was good. I knew where everything was. There was no more anxiety. There was no more, oh my gosh. I was comfortable because I was familiar with it. So, you know, just give yourself grace within learning these new things, okay? Nobody's expecting you to be perfect and know something that you don't know. All right? The Lovers came in reverse. What is this Lovers reverse? Okay. Right when I was thinking that. What source is saying here is, you may feel tempted, or this past version of you that needs some like maturing. And I don't mean this don't even have to be maturing in a way of emotions, right? This is not the Page of Cups. This is the Swords. So that's like mental energy. The Page of Swords thinks like in a clever way. It can be very similar to the Seven of Swords, where it's like, okay, so what are we going to do now? What is the logical thing to do? Not what I actually want to do. Because the Lovers is authentic choices and decisions, but it came out in reverse, and it came out with the Five of Pentacles. So this is basically like, what am I going to do because of lack? But I'm going to make a choice, not because of what I want to do, but because of lack of something. So if this is a lack of like connection, or you feel lonely, maybe you start going out, or you sign up for a dating app, even though in your soul, you know, you don't want to. Now, some people, you know, you find your match on dating apps. I'm not, just flow with me, right? I'm saying for the person who it don't feel right for you to even do that, and you go and do it because you just bored and you lonely, right? Or, but you know you want something different, right? But you're going to go do, or if this is like, in a material sense, financial loss or whatever, and it's like, you know, you don't want to work no 9 to 5. You know what your purpose is. 9 to 5s are not bad. They are for some people, right? So let's use a different example, because I don't want to offend anybody. But if you are an entrepreneur at heart and you've already realized that about yourself, and then something happens, the guidance is don't turn back and do what you were already guided out of just because a setback happened. They want you to take your power back. If you're going to use your mental energy and your strategy towards what the pathway that you actually want to do. So if that's entrepreneurship, keep going within that entrepreneurship. Brainstorm what you're about to do to bring in whatever you need through that vessel. Okay? If this is like, for example, let's say you are supposed to work a traditional job, and it would be faster for you to go and get a nursing degree, but you know in your soul you want to be a doctor. They're saying take the, you know, put in the effort to be that doctor. Don't cop out and just be a nurse because you're trying to get there sooner, or because it seems easier. I hope that makes sense. Okay. I'm sorry, y'all. This energy and this one is, wow. I'm sending you guys so much love. Okay. Once again, if you guys need personal readings for individual guidance, because once again, this is a collective reading, and you want to know what personally you should do, link is in the bio. Okay. And I can go more in depth with that with you personally. We have another king. You're special is what I'm hearing. Oh my gosh, 133 on the timer. As I said that, you're special is what I heard. The King of Cups, you're special. Now, this could just be talking about you. And the divine is saying, you know, you are special. But for some of you, this could be another individual that sees your potential, or they see something in you, or this doesn't have to just be one person, right? This is an energy of like caring, sweet energy, nurturing energy that they're going to put. Child, I'm not going to say that, but they're going to put action behind how they actually feel. That's what I'm going to say. They're going to put action behind how they actually feel, okay? Because you're special. And that makes sense, because the vision that I got was somebody randomly came out and helped me when I was in my first day of high school. So expect some sort of unexpected help because of your frequency, because of how special you are. Don't underestimate your vibe is what I'm hearing. Your vibe. Some people may want to just help you out or do something for you just because they like you, just because you're kind to people. Okay? The Two of Cups. No way. Confirmation. I was feeling the Ace of Cups at the bottom. For some of you, and 151 on the time. For some of you, there's another person that's going to be in your energy or is in your energy. Once again, for some of you, this will be multiple people, okay? Tribe, people who think you are special. They see that in you and they're willing to